today's video, we're going to talk about the Eibach Pro Performance 2.5-inch leveling struts that we got on the F-150. Now, just for a formal introduction, this is my 2015 F-150 XLT. We have 22-inch rims, 22 by 10s. We have 33 12.5-inch tires, and we do have our 2.5-inch Eibach leveling struts. Now, my driveway is slanted, so it's kind of hard to tell if it's perfectly level or not, but it kind of looks like it from here. So originally, the F-150s come with a downward rake in the front. It's supposed to help with towing and hauling stuff and that type of thing. So it doesn't come from the factory being perfectly level. So this is the closest we've gotten with the 2.5-inch leveling strut on the front. Now, I know a lot of people are probably like, leveling struts? I didn't know they sold leveling struts. I didn't know that either. That was my first response. So I went looking for a leveling kit, and I only saw the puck style leveling kits. That's all people talked about. So originally I actually bought one. I bought a BDS 2.5-inch leveling, the puck style leveling kit, and I actually still have it, by the way. Anyway, so I heard bad things about ride quality with the puck style leveling kits. So I went looking for something that was a little more efficient as far as ride quality goes, and I found these Eibach leveling struts. There wasn't pretty much any information online about it. I saw maybe one video on YouTube where somebody was talking about these leveling struts, and they were saying how good the ride quality was. So I figured, why not try them out? So the 2.5-inch leveling struts are partially the reason why we're able to fit this wheel and tire package on the truck. The other reason is a heavy trimming, but the leveling struts helped out a lot. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to turn this wheel so we can get a better view of what it looks like. Oh, that's a sick shot with the wheel turn. So now we got the wheel turned. Let's go inside here. All right, so this is inside the wheel well. This is our 2.5-inch Eibach leveling strut. Came with all new hardware down here at the bottom, and at the top you can't really see it, but up there at the top as well. So the good thing about these is they are fully adjustable. Now this does mount on your factory assembly, so you keep your top and lower, and you also keep your factory spring as well. Now you can't tell from here because the mounting spot is behind here, but it's at 2.5 inches of level or lift. Now these Eibach struts are adjustable. Now when I say adjustable, I don't mean that, okay, the truck's too high, let me lower it a little bit and adjust it. No, that's not what I mean. It has to be adjusted before you put it on the assembly. So it has what's called a snap ring, and it has, I think it was 4 different spots where you could have put the snap ring, and those are the mounting spots where you put your assembly. So it can be adjusted from stock height to 2.5 inches of lift or level, in this case level. So if you wanted to right now, say it was too high for you, you wanted to be a little lower, you'd have to take the wheel off, you'd have to take the whole assembly back out, you'd have to take the spring off, and then you'd have to adjust the snap ring where you want it to go. So it's adjustable, but not like right now. And so the reason I got these Eibach struts is because people were comparing their ride quality to stock. And I'm like, that's amazing. If you're going to change something in your suspension and it still rides like stock, that's pretty awesome. So I was like, why not try these out? Now, people were also comparing these to Bilstein, have you said. And you know that brand name gets a lot of good reviews. I've heard great things about them, and these were also being compared to those. My driveway is slanted downward, so it's kind of hard to tell if the truck's perfectly level or not. I think the most level spot is probably on the road here, so I'm gonna move the truck right there and see what it looks like. Yeah, so from this level, you can tell that the front is actually probably a 1/2 inch higher than the back. But not by far. Like, you couldn't, if I didn't tell you, you probably would never notice it. It's definitely not something you can feel while you're driving. It doesn't feel like you're slanted towards the sky or anything crazy like that. So from here, like to say the back, there's nothing been done in the back. The back is perfectly stock. Now, for whatever reason, the closer you get to the city, downtown Atlanta area, the potholes are worse. You would think it'd be the opposite, but the closer you get to downtown, the potholes are worse. There's construction everywhere, every day, no matter what time of year it is, no matter what year it is, month. There's construction somewhere in the city of Atlanta. And if you go a little farther west to the west side, it's even worse. So I was on the west side a couple weekends ago, and man, when I say pothole city, pothole city. So the best way I can depict the ride quality here is to talk about potholes and talk about speed bumps. Now, when I go over a speed bump, I feel nothing. feels like I'm riding on air. Like you can feel the bump, you know, you're going over something, but it doesn't feel like, you know, something that's going to damage your suspension, or you don't feel this, you feel this big bang and it hurts. You're like, ah, it just kind of glides over, you know. I don't, you know, you don't hit speed bumps really fast. Some people do. I don't hit speed bumps really fast, but it does feel like I'm kind of just floating over it. And I attribute that more so to the leveling struts than the wheels and tires. Now, the tires are all-terrains, so I'm sure that makes somewhat of a difference. Now, when I first got the wheels and tires set up, I avoided, like I said, I avoided potholes, I avoided any areas of construction on purpose. And then I realized maybe I should just go down the same streets I normally go down so I can actually see what the difference is. So I've had this wheel and tire set up on the truck for a little bit over a month. And it took probably about a month for me to actually hit a pothole. That's how careful I was being. So when I hit a pothole, you know, you got that split second where you're like, oh no, pothole, and you try to swerve a little bit to avoid it, and then a lot of times it's too late because you saw it too late, and then you kind of just brace yourself like, I know it's gonna hurt. That's what happened. So I hit this pothole that I know is there. That's on the road that I go down every day. I know this pothole's there, and I hit the pothole, and I braced myself like, oh no. And then when I hit it, it was absolutely nothing. Like, it really felt like it was like doop. It's like a little dip. It was like a little dip. It said doop, and that was it. And I was like, oh, all right, okay. Now, I'm not saying to go and hit potholes. I'm still going to avoid them. I'm still going to avoid potholes. All this construction in the city of Atlanta, I'm still going to avoid those areas as best I can. But it's actually a lot better than it used to be. Definitely a lot better than it used to be. Barely missed the grass. I barely missed the grass. So once again, these are 2.5-inch leveling struts by Eibach. Now, as far as rock quality goes, like I said, this is pretty close to stock, if not dead on as stock. So I do recommend these Eibach leveling struts. So think about it. If you're thinking about getting a leveling kit, instead of getting the puck style, get these instead. I think the total cost was around $300 for the pair. They do sell them separately, so you will end up buying them separately. You have to select if you want the left side or right, or driver's side or passenger side. But for total, I got these from carid.com for about $300. So I think it's a smart way to go, especially if your truck has high miles. Like mine is over 120,000 miles. So, you know, it's probably time to replace your struts anyway. So if you're gonna replace your struts anyway, you want a leveling kit, why not knock out two birds with one stone? Try out these Eibach leveling struts. Now they also sell they also sell shocks for the back. So I'm gonna look into that because it's probably time to replace both of those as well. And I did not do this myself. I got these done at Southern Tire in McDonough, Georgia. Big shout out to Southern Tire. They did an amazing job. Knocked it out quick. They also put the real tires on for me, so big shout out to them. So if you have any other questions about Eibach or leveling struts or the truck or why the mail keeps trying to interrupt my video, so put in the comments below if you have a leveling kit on your truck. What's the ride quality like? If you have a puck style, you know, put it all in the comments. What size, what brand name, if it's the puck style, is it the strut style, if you have Bilsteins, whatever it is, put it in the comments below. I would love to hear what the ride quality is like on your truck. Anyway, thank you for watching another video on the Meandcarkeys channel. If you have any questions about these leveling struts, I'd be happy to help, or anything else concerning F-150s, trucks, YouTube, whatever the case may be, put in the comments below. Till next time, thank you for watching. I'll see you.